Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Out of the Ordinary podcast brought to you by Studio Extra. Out of the Ordinary is a podcast that was created to, one, redefine what beauty truly means and reclaim the narrative of what beauty is despite the challenges that people may face. Mm-hmm. So, I'm Jordan Estep.
And I am Ade, and I am the producer, designer, editor, videographer, the creative person around here. that helps Jordan do all the things that she does.
Yeah, guys, I don't do it alone. If you ever thought I did, never did it alone. I have a team of wonderful people that have been with me for the last about 8 to 9 months, helping create the vision. You cannot, build Rome by yourself. So welcome Ade. I don't call him Ade, but I'm going to call him that today. Welcome Ade, our director of all things creative here at Studio Extra. Yep. So I'm so glad to have him on our first episode of Out of the Ordinary.
Yeah, and thank you for having me on. I'm excited to let the people know what this podcast is about, kind of the heart behind it. And as some of you guys know, we recently shut down our last studio, but it wasn't for naught. We are in the process of redefining a lot of things and kind of redefining a new vision for the studio, which is why I'm here personally talking to y'all and getting to interview the lovely Jordan over here to get people's attention on what's going to be happening with the studio. So I'm excited to interview you today.
I'm excited too. So the rest of the episodes, I'm actually going to be interviewing, but this first episode, Ade is going to be interviewing me.
Yes.
So if you didn't know, now you know that I have a podcast, and tune in. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Yeah, and we got a lot of dope episodes dropping. We have episodes talking about redefining some beauty standards when it regards to women that have autoimmune diseases, in regards to women that have been through abuse, in regards to hairstylists and texturism, and even makeup with colorism. So make sure that y'all tap in and subscribe to our channels and go follow us on Instagram so you can be up to date when those episodes drop. So without further ado, can I ask you some questions?
Yes, you may.
Is that cool? All right. So, yes, Ms. Jordan.
Yes.
Tell us your origin story. Where you from? What shaped you growing up? Just a quick little intro.
So I'm originally from North Miami, Florida. Really quick. Came to DC for an internship. Fell in love with the city. Decided I wanted to stay. Was pursuing government, but for some reason the Lord was like, do makeup.
Yep.
And I felt like he built the background of like operationally when I was in the government, and because I was an operations manager. So it was like one day, makeup just took off, clients started coming, and it outgrew my living room. So I was like, you know what, let me go get a studio. Mm-hmm. And what I thought was going to be like a traditional beauty salon kind of became like a creative studio, because it was like just more than makeup. It was more than hairstyling. It was more than just a place to get beautified. It was like, oh no, this is like where I like to express my creativity. Mm-hmm. And it was a place that I wasn't put in a box, I would say.
Yeah, I totally feel that. I mean, I know this because I know you.
Yeah.
But it's good still for the folks to know. So how would you describe yourself outside of work, though? Or what's something that people don't really know about you outside the studio?
People don't know I'm a grandma.
She is.
I love to go to bed early. If I could go to bed every day at like 8:30, I think I would be like the most nicest person in the world.
Really?
I love sleep.
I do also. I'm just not great at it.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I'll be staying up late watching anime and stuff. It's bad.
No. I have a problem too, because sometimes I'm like, well, I'm an old grandma and a little bit of an old church lady, and a little bit of like, I don't know. It's like I have like 3 different personalities. Mm-hmm. It's like grandma, church lady, and then it's like this firecracker 20-year-old that wants to do everything and conquer everything in one day. So they all fight in my head, like, who do I want to be today? But usually grandma takes over around like 4 o'clock. But for the most part, that's something people don't know. But people don't know I'm frugal.
Yeah.
I'm very frugal. Like, I'll splurge on food. I'll splurge on experiences. But I'll be like, that paper towel is how much? $6? Let's get the $3 one. Like, I am very frugal. Or like, I just know what I can't do. Like, I'm very aware of what I can't do. But the things that I want, we're going to figure it out. I'm married. I've been married for 1.5 years. I loves my husband. I'm a stepmom. A lot of people don't know I'm a stepmom. I love my stepdaughter Harper. Shout out to Harper and Larry. That's my family. My mom is Caucasian.
She is.
But we don't claim her to be Caucasian because she's born in the Caribbean. She's born in Grenada. My dad is born in Trinidad. Well, my dad was actually born in Grenada, but he grew up in Trinidad, so I think he claimed Trinidad more than Grenada. But but my mom is technically she's mixed. Her mom was half, but her dad was fully white. So like, but she likes spicy, if that makes sense. We don't call her white because she put other on everything. Yeah. She don't claim.
She well seasoned.
She's over seasoned. But people wouldn't know. People think she's like Hispanic, obviously because she lives in Miami. But yeah, people don't know that I am 25% Caucasian.
Yeah. It don't show up.
It don't. So. I think because I'm light skinned, I be fighting for my blackness. I be like, I am black to the bone. And then people see my dark skinned daddy and they just be like, oh wow, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah. That's wild. Well, the more you know. Yeah. So if any of y'all continue to book her in the future, then you can bring up like, hey, aren't you married? Hey, is her stepmother? Like you can bring up all that. So
ain't you a grandma?
Ain't you a grandma? All of that. So let's take it back a little bit. So in the words of the esteemed apostle, how did we get
I was about to sing the bad version. I caught the bus. Nobody's supposed to be here. How did we get here?
How did we get here, man?
We got here by lots of faith. So Studio Extra was open for 3 years, and it was a magical 3 years. I learned so much, literally found the Lord by operating this studio and just being pulled in so many directions. And I would say like the last year of the studio was like the best year of my life. Like I felt like I found purpose. I felt like I realized I never was like a girl, like, I want to be this when I grow up. I was never that girl. So I realized I wasn't supposed to know. Like, it was just supposed to happen one day. So it finally was like, oh, I see. Like, everything is making sense. Even though it didn't really make sense. Like, it was so hard to describe the studio for people. But it was like, no, it makes sense. My life was never supposed to be like a job title. So we had so much things going on. We had classes, projects. I was already managing makeup artists through the shop, but I was trying to extend to manage other makeup artists and just pretty much make Studio Extra like a hub of all these things. And I felt like I was on the verge of it. And then the good Lord said, pack your bags. And I had been praying for expansion. I got offered 3 times to expand the studio. And I mean like 10,000 square feet warehouses falling at my feet. Or like my landlord trying to break down the walls for my studio to expand, which he actually did. So it was like a lot of people providing ways for me to expand. And then every time God would say no. And he would say no in the most creative ways. And I knew it was no. So I was like, okay, cool. It's not time yet. So I think in my head, I was like, all right, I'm going to just wait it out because God's going to reveal what he wants me to do. Lo and behold, my lease was up. I want to say like the night before it was up. Like I have this vivid dream and I'm a super dreamer. We could get into that on another podcast episode. But I have this specific dream of watching me pack up every item of the studio, and that was clear enough. So I prayed the next morning and I said, well, God, if I'm not tripping, if you sent me this dream, send me somebody to help me pack up the studio. And somebody came and helped me, and the studio was packed up within, I would say, less than 24 hours. Studio Extra was packed up in a day. So you can't deny that was the Lord.
Right.
And yeah, and I didn't know what to do. I was kind of confused, but I was just like, let me pray and let me fast. Let me just chill out. And definitely through friends. Thank God for friends that also have a direct line to the Lord.
There we go. Godly
They
friends.
all told me that God's like, this is your resting season. You need to just be still. You need to wait. You need to have some patience and just wait on him and enjoy the season while you wait. So I think like I'm going to wait. I have no problem waiting. But while I wait, of course, I'm still going to be a creative. I'm still going to find outlets. I'm still going to enjoy the waiting season. I think sometimes we go in the waiting season and we're like miserable because we think God said do nothing. And I don't think God said do nothing. I think he's telling me like, no, make time for me. Make more time for me now that I have, obviously my schedule's a lot more free, but then still have my things where I could express my creative outlet. Because I feel like even in this waiting season, he's still giving me snacks. He's still throwing me bones. Yeah. And why not enjoy the waiting season? Reclaim that narrative. So, yeah.
I like what you said about reclaiming the waiting season. Because I think that, to your point, sometimes when we have opportunities or things that we thought we were going to be in forever, when those things eventually end, then we feel like, oh shoot, well now I got to find that next thing, or I got to find that next opportunity or that next expansion or whatever you want to call it, because the idea of being idle makes it feel like we're not being productive. Yeah. When in reality, it's a lot more complex than that, as you show. So I think that's something that, I mean, I work for you, so I've seen it all, play out in real time. But something that I did notice is that even in the waiting period, you were very intentional about like not letting it become a season of like laziness. Yeah. Because rest is different than being lazy. Yeah. Like you can rest actively and still put forward the things that God's put on your heart to do. So I respect it. No notes.
Oh, thanks. I feel like too, like I'm like presenting myself like, all right, God, I want to do this. Can I do it? And then so he'd be like, girl, you need to chill out. Yeah. Or like even this project, even Out of the Ordinary, he was like approved. I was like, yeah. Because I really wanted to have some type of, and we'll get into that later, but I did want to have some type of talk show podcast for our community. But it was just like, that's so crazy, like how he approved this. It was like, I felt like his hand was over the podcast for sure. Because it was like the guests we got to bring on, the conversations we had, like I felt it in my gut. I was like, ooh, the Lord is all up in this. So, if you are waiting in your waiting season, it doesn't mean be lazy. Yes, it could mean rest and patience, but there could be something that you can do to temporarily alleviate those things that you want to do, but just not on the grand scale of what you want it to be. Right. So, yeah.
100%. Well, in that same vein, what are some either pivotal moments or some failures or some challenges that taught you the most on this journey?
Pivotal moments. Pivotal moments, you said challenges. And what was the other one?
And failures, if any.
Yeah. A pivotal moment for me was probably like year 2 of like going full time on everything, full time entrepreneurship. Like there was no backup plan. Like I was like, oh, I'm really good at making money, but damn, I am so empty on the inside. Like it's like, when you wanna make this dollar amount, you have this dollar amount in your head, and you're like, I want to make this much. If I make this much, I just can't wait. All my problems are solved. And I know we hear that time and time again, like money, yeah. It's not, I think what I went through, it was like, oh, I had everything and I was still empty. So I was like, what next? And that's when I started, of course, rediscovering my relationship with God. But it was just like, damn, like when you really strive and you get what you kind of want, it's like, oh, it's not always what it seems always. Yeah. You have to kind of make sure that you understand what you're reaching for. So do an internship or go in the life of, the life that you think you want. Spend a day in that. Like find somebody. Hey, can I what's it called? shadow you.
Yeah.
Because I think we see things, of course, social media, of course, all these other things. We see things and it's like, oh, that's not really what I thought I wanted. Like, I think in my head, I wanted to be like this big salon owner and like the who's, the what's what, everybody knows me. But then again, I don't like people knowing me. I like people used to come in the studio and be like, who owns this? And I used to like that. Like, you don't know who owns it. You know, they would think like a white person owned it.
Right.
I love that. I love that you think like this is owned by somebody at the top 1%. I love that. I love that you're not obsessing about my life. Like, I actually like privacy. So it's like, I'm not built to be a content creator that shows my everyday life. Like, I'm not built for that. You know, I can't keep up that stamina like to be an influencer. So I think it's really great to like dip my toe in and then realize like, no, it's not all what I wanted. And that's okay. Because I don't think I really wanted it. I think I'm just winging everything till I figure out what I want. So that was definitely a pivotal moment. Challenges were not hiring a team sooner. I know if I would have hired you and Kira.
Yeah. Shout out to Kira, by the way.
Shout out to
our
Kira.
Project manager.
We miss you, Kira. I knew if I hired y'all sooner or earlier. And I just know, like, oh my God, like, we would have just had even more fun earlier. Like, you can't do it alone. You need a great team. I know it's hard finding a team, but don't stop till you get those people. I feel like there was a challenge for me because I've never done operating a sole brick and mortar. So, like, my team lacked training. We lacked, like, certain, like, things I should have like standard. We had no SOPs. We kind of was like, oh, it's cultured kind of ran the shop, if that makes sense. If I go back in time, I would have a standard SOP, like a standard way of doing things before I just like hire somebody. So then people would make me upset, but it's like they're going based off culture. They made their own culture here. So I can't really get mad at them adapting and then having their own way of doing things when there's no standard. So that was a big like failure, I would say. Yeah. Or just lack of knowledge. Yeah. Having documentation. Oh my gosh. Like would the
paperwork.
I hate paperwork.
Say.
And you would think I would like try to get better at it. I think I still kind of like wing it. It gotta be something to teach me a bad lesson for me to get my paperwork down back.
You and me both.
Something bad ain't happened yet, but I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. But it's like, make sure you keep a file. Every big purchase over like $1,000, keep a receipt of it, or like keep track of your contracts. Oh, we know us with contracts, we just signing stuff and ain't reading it. I was like, what's wrong with us? Why we keep signing things and not reading it? We trust everybody. And we don't be reading our contracts. And it's like, keep track of that. And then like, wherever you keep track of it, organize it. Just do it right the first time, so you don't have to worry about it looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And getting through the boring stuff first. Get through the boring stuff so then you can be your creative. Because you could be an awesome creative. You could be the most talented person in the world, but suck at business, and then the whole cookie crumbles. Yeah,
you're ministering to me right now.
I mean, catch it. But no, everything could crumble if you don't have it. And the last thing I would say, pivotal moment for me, was when I heard the saying. I think Issa Rae said it, like, you grow more with the people around you versus like trying to reach up and being pulled up. I think all the people around me are superstars. I think they're great. I already see them in their greatness. I don't see them for like, oh, that your little business. Like, I don't see that. Yeah. I see that as everybody is great. And like, we're just in the early journey. Because we're going to look back and be like, damn, you remember when we did that? When we got all these commissions and contracts and we're pulled in different directions. We won't look back at our younger self and be like, damn, we were doing a thing, you know? So it's like, you're already big. You already taking a step out on your journey of producing your own work. It's such a big step that plenty of people have not done. And it's just like boldness. And I love it. And I love seeing it in the people around me. And I think like, it's going to be so crazy when us in like at 40.
For real. If we're doing this at our ages, I mean.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be. People are so afraid to get old, and I'm like, why?
Age is the coolest thing in the world to me. Like, I was telling my friend that the other day, I was like, why do people say that your 20s is like, get everything done?
Please.
Your 20s, like, as if when you're 40 with money and like a stability, like how is that not better? You know, I don't understand when people say that.
I don't understand either.
And I like that you say all that, because even something that I've noticed, you know, being able to work with you a lot, is that you're someone who very much doesn't focus on things being perfect the first time.
Oh no.
Like, if you want to do an idea, you'll go ahead and do the idea and let it be whatever it is first, and then learn as you go. I think sometimes, especially creative people, can get kind of caught in that trap of like, because we're sensitive about our stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like we want all of our ambitions and initiatives and works to be recognized as in the same way that we see them, right? Like we see our stuff as amazing and dope and beautiful and all that. So we want to put that same care and energy into it. But then sometimes that can prevent us from making the move that we need to make and learning along the way. Like I'm someone that struggles with that sometimes. It's like just doing something. Yeah. And working with you has made me a lot more fearless in that, and just being like, no, just put it out and like let it suck first. Yeah. And then if it sucks, then cool. Now you know how to do it again at a higher level. You know? So I think especially with the studio, I think that's something that you're doing now in real time, is you're like taking stock of what worked, what didn't work, things to improve on for the next space and the next era of the studio, and just seeing where things go. And I respect that.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. No, it's. I know we started saying it when we started the podcast, but it's giving season 1. That is literally I'm saying, because you know when you watch like your favorite show, your favorite podcast, season 1, everybody just look ashy and like
not ashy,
camera fuzzy, audio might have been coming in and out, so you be like, damn, I remember when they just got started. Like, yeah, I could tell this is season 1. So like, it's like, I know we started saying that, but I be saying that so much now. I be like, it's giving season 1. That means like this is just my season 1. It's gonna look ashy, it's gonna look crazy, but it's like so much you learn from getting started. My problem isn't starting. I think my problem is more of like starting too many things. I would say I love starting things. I like figuring it out. But no, I'm not scared of things looking ugly. You know why I'm like this? I had so many, and this is God's will for me not to be a content creator, because I could have been a content creator from like 12. My dad bought me a digital camera. I videotaped everything. I would go to church, youth night, everybody on video. Like I was a content creator at like 12. And it's like I made a website reviewing teddy bears or something like that. And it's like I never told anybody about it. It was just like me and my best friend at the time. Like we would just be on the computer for hours. And it was like, because you don't try, because you don't tell people about it, it dies. So it was just like lost in time, of course, but it's like, oh damn, what if Jordan back then actually said subscribe to my YouTube channel? Like, you know, what if when TikTok first started, I have a friend that I did an internship with. She was like, get on TikTok. She kept saying it. She was like, this going to be the new thing. I was like, yeah, right. My girl is a influencer. I mean, giving top 5 of TikTok right now. Over 1 million followers. She's doing her thing because she knew. And she didn't mind how she showed up. So that was like my last straw. I was like, all right. But I'm not good at TikTok and I'm not good at influencing. So I was like, what am I good at? And I'm good at creating communities. So that's the thing that I'm going to try things in my community. I'm going to try, even though it's not perfect, because I know this is where I thrive. And whether it's trash, it's going to be one person like, you doing that again? And that right there, what happened to you? Remember you used to do? And that little... the one person that liked it, that's who I do it for, you know. But I love intimacy. I love smaller communities. I love, like, you know, connections. So it's kind of like that's definitely my field. Like, I don't think me on a grand scale it will be as rich and fruitful. I think, like, what makes it rich and fruitful is that our controlled environment, our controlled community, that we could try things, and they're like, either they don't pick it up because it doesn't pertain to them and we go back to the drawing board, or they really love it and we're like, all right, let's get better at it.
Right.
So
100%. I want to go back to the waiting season real quick.
Yeah.
So, because right now we're kind of in that period where we're still working on the studio and we're still doing things, but we're just kind of waiting on that divine instruction to figure out what exactly to do next in terms of buying something or moving somewhere else. So I wanted to ask about what currently like bothers you about the waiting season, but how have you learned to find beauty in it?
Oh yeah, really funny story. Like, me and my friends say, it ain't coming yet till the devil start bothering you.
Yeah.
So every time I think back to like a pivotal change in my life, like the devil was coming for me or my flesh was coming for me. Like something was coming at me like real hard. Like I'm like wrestling something. I never forget when I was moving to DC, why I go dibble and dabble in drugs. And that was like totally left field for me. Like I was never a bad kid like that. Like, so I was like, why am I wanting to be high all the time? And it was the temptation of it because my life's about to change. And it was like one night that I tried it, I was like, I could get arrested and go to jail and then miss out on my internship. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when those moments where like the devil really start turning up a notch on you, trying to distract you, trying to beat you down while you weak, it's like, oh yeah, something on the other side of this is about to rock my world.
Yeah.
So like, I want to say when the studio closed, it was all my mental health, I would say, was attacked. Like I heard audibly like, oh, he forgot about you. And I'm like, I believed it. I was like, he forgot about me? And then the Holy Spirit came and like knocked me outside of my head and was like, he's not a man, he should not lie. And that was like the week of the studio closing. So it was like, ooh, like they fighting like now. Like it was really war. It's really war going on right now in my head. All right. Mental got attacked. Then fast forward. I get this space. And I think it was only supposed to be for the podcast, but then I started to take clients. And then like the conviction of that is like, I didn't tell you to take clients. You're supposed to be doing a podcast. All right, cool, Lord. I chill out on the clients. I heard you. I chill out on the clients. And because clients do take up a lot of my time away from God during this waiting season, I'm supposed to be at his feet. So boom. I gotta hear you. We closing down this after the podcast. Cool. So then I get attacked financially. All out of nowhere, my credit that has been immaculate. And I'm telling you, 750, okay, and up. Get out of nowhere. Oh, when Forever 21 like closed down, I guess the credit card closed down. Now my credit's like to the damn floor. How you gonna buy? And then the devil, how you gonna buy a building when you don't got no credit? You get what I'm saying? Oh, now you attacking my finances. It's like, okay, devil, what you might think. The second time though, especially with the finances, I have never been the type to worry about finances, so he gonna have to try again with like, I guess like trying to attack me on that realm, because my God own all this. That's the one thing he has proven to me time and time before. Whenever I had a need, it has been supplied, so I don't really worry about that. It was just the internal things that I had to definitely stay in my word and fight. I guess the challenging thing about the waiting season is just that the unknown, because I felt like God would drop little previews. Right now, he ain't dropping me nothing. And I heard when I was like deep in study, like a couple weeks ago, I heard myself in my own voice. So I don't even know if it was me talking to me or Holy Spirit talking through me. I don't know what it was, but I heard he's not going to tell you what or where because you're going to try to obtain it prematurely.
Yeah.
And that definitely had to be the Holy Spirit, because that is very like me. Like, I like to help God a lot. And I like to be like, God, you know what? I'm going to position myself there. Don't worry about it. Like, you said you want this building to be in what county? All right, let me go drive by. You know what? Let me go put in the application. Like, I try to be type A for God. And sometimes the types don't exist when it comes to him. Like, nah, you gotta chill out. So he not telling me nothing because he already know like I'm gonna try to jump ahead of the game. So I don't know how, and you don't know how long the waiting season is. I always think about, we don't know if Job's trial, we don't know if it was 1 day or 1 year.
Yeah, true.
We don't know. So it's like time, of course, doesn't exist to God. So I think I try to think of time as non-existent to me. Whether it happens tomorrow or it happens in 20 years, it shouldn't matter, because there's something in this season he's trying to teach me. Or what if he does want me to relax? Have we ever this dawned upon us that, well, maybe God wants you to rest because what's coming is no rest.
Yeah.
It's all...
It'll require a lot more.
And that I had a moment with you when we were in the storage unit, and I was like, Ade, you know what, for real, if God were to give me what I'm asking for right now, I am not mentally there to be able to withstand it. You told me. I was like, I'm not there mentally. And it was hard for me to admit that, but it was like, damn, I really do need a break. I've been ripping and running for the last 3 years, and everybody like 3 years isn't a lot of time. 3 years of never having a weekend off, getting married. What else happened in those 3 years? Having almost 10 plus employees, trying to fit in your social life, trying to fit in meet your business goals, trying to make enough money on top of all your bills. Like, I had big bills, like big bills. So I was like, okay, no, 3 years is a lot of time. And then where was God in that? The first 2 years, there was no God. I did it alone. I didn't have a heart that desired him. And then that last year was when I realized I needed him. So it was just like, yeah, I did some great things, but what's a man that gets the whole world but loses his soul? In the process. So it was just like, when I finally got my soul back, I was like, nah, I'm never doing this without God ever again. Ever again, especially on the grand scale. Never. I can't do it without God. So it was like, I am actually more enjoying the waiting season more than I thought.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that, yeah. And I want to touch on something that you said too about how, like, sometimes in these seasons of waiting, that's when the enemy can come and start to make a lot of noise and like start to attack the things that you have personally. Yeah. And all of that. And I think that's what drives people oftentimes to stay busy. Yeah. Is that busyness in our world equates to stability. Yes. Right? Like, it's pride though. Yeah, it's pride. Like, people, men and women, people feel good coming home being like, man, I worked 9 hours, 10 hours today. Like, I feel good. And then you see that, and then you see that check come in the mail. You're like, all right, bet I'm doing good. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And so then where is your identity when that's not there anymore? Yeah. Or when it's not going to be there for some time. Right. Now it's like, oh shoot, like who am I? And like and people can struggle a lot when they're in those seasons. But I think it's interesting that even despite things like, your mental health and your credit going bad and all that stuff, which I didn't even know about your credit either. That's news to me.
Yeah, that just happened like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. But like that type of stuff is what I'm talking about, how even in the midst of all the things that can happen when you are waiting for a blessing or when you are in transition for some things, that there's still like joy to be found. And that, once you zero in on the fact that, one, God's not going to abandon you. Yeah. But also he didn't, my mom told me all the time growing up, she was like, God will never bring you to a place to have you fail when you're there. Like, he's not going to put you in a place where you're doing great in your business and doing great in your creativity and all that, and then when something bad happens, it's like, all right, peace. Yeah. Like, that's not the God that like you and I have come to know. So I think people can glean from that. And even if you don't believe in God, just like understanding that there is more in these seasons of transition than meets the eye. And that there is still hope in those seasons and direction in those seasons. Yeah. Two, I also think that it also shows you, the waiting season also shows you a lot of the things that you lack. Like,
it's a revealing, like it's like, oh, who are you when those things leave, but are like, who are you when you don't know what's next?
Yeah.
Do you just stop being a caring person just because you don't have that office space that you don't walk in the office and everybody's like, hi, how are you? Like, are you still caring? Are you still giving? Are you still,
right.
What do you channel these things that God has given you, or the attributes you have, the great things about you? You just don't use it just because you don't have what you want. It's like, no, you use it in other places. Yeah. Like, I feel like even though I'm not managing the studio right now, I'm trying to manage my home better, because my home has been neglected for 3 years.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh no, I learned a lot. Now let me apply that to my house. Like, what about my home what can be done? What are we lacking? Like, I was cleaning out the cabinets. I had stuff from 2021. Like, that is crazy. Yeah. Flour from 2021. Like, that's it. And it's like God's opening my eyes to like other areas that have been neglected. So, and also bringing that up to par. Also, what can you do even if you're not married? What do you spend your time giving back? Like, I feel like God's exposing, like, sometimes we're obviously so selfish in our self-ambitions, but it's like, what are we pouring back out to the world to make the world a better place? We want to complain about Donald Trump, but you ain't pick up trash on your block in ever. So you can't complain about you complain about the world, but it's not like you're doing anything to contribute to its well-being. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to talk about global warming, but ain't even compost and recycle.
Yeah, recycling.
So it's like, we're a little bit of hypocrites, I would say. So humbling ourselves too.
For real.
Because, don't get me started on the wilderness.
Hey, listen, that's our season 2 talk right there. That's gonna be a whole episode in itself. Oh man, but so we've gone back in time and we've caught up to the present day. So what's going on right now? Like, where are we in terms of projects? Like, what new things do we have on the horizon? Community work, charity work that you might have going on? Like, what's up in the life of Jordan?
So we started the podcast because we just had so many conversations that we wanted to share with people, things that burn in the hearts of my clients and the people that are around me, and also just making a livable resource. So that's why we started the podcast. Whether the podcast goes on to be something that we do regularly, or if it's something that we just do for now, I know it's going to bless somebody's life. So definitely thinking about the people that I have in mind are definitely like our community and how we can better them, even though we don't have a physical space right now. That what's coming up, I'm taking a vacation.
Yep.
Gonna be gone the month of August, so I'm definitely excited for that. Just to, replenish all the times I've given out. But when I come back, I've really been focusing on more weddings, more travel, makeup artistry, because I want to see the world too. I think sometimes we limit what we can and can't do, but no, pack up that bag, go see the world a little bit. And I also want to be, for those who don't know, I have crazy faith, and studio action will come back bigger and better. So why not start seeing the world on like what I want to bring back to the studio? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're so inspired so much by our daily life, but if you don't look up and like realize the smell of the roses, and like, I always send you pictures. I'll be like, Ade, I like this logo.
Oh no, for real.
It be
You sent me a building last week. Like, hey, this.
No, when I see that building, I won't be surprised if that's the building. That's how God be as. Like, hey. I seen this building. I said, that's Studio Action headquarters. Full benefits. Full staff.
PTO.
Staff vacations. Like, I see it. So I was like, that's, what? Every time I see something that inspires me, I'm taking a picture of it. I'm talking about it. I'm no longer like, you have your own separate mind. You have your own separate life. But like, I want you to understand like that we're not sleep around here just because we're waiting.
Yeah.
What other projects do I have going on? I don't know. I really don't know too much. I definitely am banking on Out of the Ordinary, giving us more creativity and more ideas. Yeah, we're gonna see. I would like to bring back Artist Hub and start hiring more makeup artists for travel events. 'Cause I want to see where in the next few months before 2026, I want to see like where our makeup artistry is going. I feel like there is a change in the industry. I think there's going to be more entrepreneurs next year.
I kind of agree.
Yeah. I think like our bread and butter might change. So I think there's going to be a shift in the whole entrepreneur life. So also adjust your company to what the need is. So I'm going to see. I'm going to sit back. We're going to watch and see what happens. But I know that for sure Out of the Ordinary is the main focus. And then just taking it easy, replenishing. And then, yeah.
There's two things that you said that I wanted to touch on that I think are awesome. For one, the emphasis on travel and like seeing things that you can then bring back. My pastor a few weekends ago was talking about how the vision that you have for things in your life are directly related to what you're exposed around. So if you have a big vision for whatever, whether it's a business idea or a creative idea or something in your family or whatever, if you are not around areas that can give you inspiration for that, like if you have an idea for art but you don't live or visit a place where art is frequent, then you're going to be limited to what you can imagine. And I think you traveling around and doing weddings and things of that nature, but also just being in those different cities can give you inspo about like, oh, okay, so when we come back, I want it to look this way and I want it to be like this and, act like this and the environment should smell like this, all these different types of things that we don't typically think of. And then something else that you touched on too is this idea of like entrepreneurship. Yeah. Because I think that's something that I want to especially touch on as someone who is also an entrepreneur outside of work. Matter of fact, I was talking to a homeboy of mine and I was telling him that the world that our parents grew up in doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, been gone.
Like this idea that you can, out of college or whenever, like, stay at a company and have stability and have this and have that, which isn't entirely gone because, there's still companies that have great benefits and there's still great, and there are still great ways to get experience in those things. But the idea of that being the end all be all doesn't exist anymore. Yeah. Like we're both Black. So we've heard the age old thing of like, get the good government job. Right. And now look what's happening to those government jobs. Yeah. Right. Like I live right next to NIH. I see people walking out with their boxes sometimes and stuff. So I think the idea of not even entrepreneurship per se, but just people being bold to do their own thing and wanting to put their own thing out into the world is important because I think now more than ever, because of how tumultuous the world is and how unstable the world is, there's a whole other lane of people or space for people rather for those who want to have more self-directed paths and give what's in their heart to the world as opposed to just being a number in X corporation or X company or whatever the case is. So I think putting those two different spirits inside of Studio Extra coming up is going to be really, really dope to have.
Yeah. I think it's like, I'd be like, I'm an end time army girl. Like,
she'd be like, listen, y'all.
I'll be honest, I thought the rapture was been finna happen. So listen, me honestly making it to 27? Yeah. It's like crazy. I'm like, I thought Jesus been come. But anyway, I think, and this is just a pure, like, it could be false. Like, don't hold me to, and I'm not a prophet or anything. But you know what it makes me feel like? It makes me feel like people are going to actually start pursuing their wildest dreams.
For sure.
And then to do that, you need God. Like, you could even do it and say even if you don't believe God, let's say you don't believe in God, you're going to have some type of faith, right?
100%. Yeah.
And whether that faith being whatever you believe in, it's like there will be a great revival of faith. And faith will eventually lead you back to the source of faith. So I don't know if you read your Bible.
I mean, shoot, I read mine every day.
Yeah.
So,
but there's going to be a great revival, like a great
Mhm.
revival. Like it's going to be like a generation that is really like turned up with Jesus. You know what I'm saying? And then, but the end times, everybody's going to turn away from God. So I feel like we're in that era of the revival.
Mhm.
Because one, you're going to have to step on in faith, because the things that we used to put our faith in are crumbling. Institutions that were built up on trust are crumbling.
Mhm.
And then it's going to lead to like a movement of faith, a movement of revival, a movement of like trust and believing for the things that you've always had in your heart that you wanted to do. And then,
So let's focus some more on the future
Mhm.
real quick. So in regards to Studio Extra, now that we're in the season of transition, what do you hope and pray for in terms of the future for the studio?
yeah. So I feel like I hope and pray for very vaguely, because I don't want to limit God's power in my life. So I definitely hope that God will blow my mind.
Yeah.
I don't want to put God in a box. I know he has capabilities that my brain cannot even imagine. So whenever I do have a desire, I kind of pray for that, but I say do it on a grander scale, but a scale, of course, that I can withstand, because I don't want to bite off more than I could chew.
Mhm.
Praying God for this big old thing, and I'm like, oh Lord, you know. So I definitely pray that God will give me the desires of my heart, because he knows me best.
Mhm.
But I pray that every person attached to me is also impacted and blessed by the blessing that he gives me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But it's really big.
Yeah. But it still makes sense though. And then I think the perfect way to wrap that up and to wrap the episode up is talking a little bit about OOTO and what your heart behind it is, why you want to do it, what you hope it gives the people that watch it. Like, let us into that a little bit.
Yeah, so Out of the Ordinary, our goal is to make a livable resource, because when I'm doing makeup, it's only me, my client, and God in the room.
Mhm.
So this is a way that, based off the things that I know that my clients experience, I want either they can share it with somebody, or it can directly help them, and also have some type of interactive face where we can talk about things that affect our community. And like I said, a resource, but definitely shine a light on the things that we feel that we've picked up along the way. So we picked up insecurities, we've picked up doubt, we picked up negative imagery of ourselves. So one of the foundations of Studio Extra is made in God's image.
Right.
And like we said earlier, there's nothing wrong with God.
Yep.
So there's nothing wrong with you. So I think people won't feel alone. Like, your experiences are real and they're validated, but let's not live in a negative space where just because you experience something that's not the easiest thing in life, that we discredit our beauty, we discredit how we show up in the world. Like, it doesn't stop there. Like, your experiences and things you go through are for a specific purpose, but if you don't tap into that, you'll blame or discredit, and like, you don't want that. You don't want any negative connotations with how your image of yourself, because you're made in perfect image.
Right.
So I think Out of the Ordinary is just another way of communicating with our community.
Yeah. And I think too, it'll be great to see how this affects the beauty world as well.
Yeah.
Because as I've come to find out, but as you already know, it's hard for women to see themselves in the beauty world, because there's tons of different standards that they don't reach, and those standards can eventually lead to someone feeling like they're not worthy of it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not worthy to be beautiful because I'm too dark, or my hair is too kinky, or I might have a certain ailment or disease, or maybe I was abused even. Like, all these different things that women don't see themselves overcoming.
Yeah.
And being able to be beautiful afterwards. So I think the podcast too will be a great way to show, like, no, there is still beauty in these seasons, and there's beauty in even seasons like yourselves with waiting. It's just, you have to find the beauty within it and capitalize off of it.
Yeah.
When you finally
definitely
get it.
reclaiming that narrative
Reclaim
and
the narrative.
redefining what beauty really means. Yeah. So I just hope that this podcast will help others, and I don't put any expectations on it, but it's a passion project. So I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, and then I'm excited to see people's reactions to it, and I hope that y'all also enjoy this too. I mean, this is as much for you as it is for us. So I hope that if you enjoy what you saw, then please, then please leave a comment. Please like and subscribe and follow us on social media as well. Please leave a comment on what you want to see from us as well, whether it's from different perspectives of women or even some men perspectives that you might want to see, or just little things like that. Just really let us know, because we're open to all kinds of feedback. Like, this isn't for us, it's for y'all. So make sure that you guys let us know what you want to see. And any final words from you, Jordan?
Yeah, we want to create intimate spaces, so allow us to help. And we're doing this for our community and our community only. So don't be a stranger. Come and join in. And I cannot wait to try out of the Ordinary. And I'm so excited to see y'all. I'm so excited to fellowship and see where this leads. And I cannot wait to see you on the other side of this. So
most def.
Love you guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you, Ade, for all your producing and all your creativity. And thank you for taking the time out your day to listen to us. So we appreciate it. God bless you and we love you. Bye.
Peace out, y'all.
Blessings on blessings, yeah. I see the blessings coming our way, our way, our way. Blessings